Hi, I'm Jennifer, and this is my assistant Emily. And she's going to be helping me, and this is basically the measuring video for the Christina sports bra. This is my newest release of a pattern, and what we're going to do is we're just going to measure to figure out which pattern size we should be wearing, right? Okay, so the first thing you do is you need a tape measure, and I'm actually going to go page by page to make sure my directions are correct. And we are going to measure underneath the bust as snug as you can. Make sure you're starting at the 1, otherwise you're going to end up with the wrong size. My personal trainer had her tape measurements for me so I could make her a sample, and she started at the wrong end of the tape measure, so her measurements were about 4 inches too big. Okay, so I am at, basically, it says 37.5, so I'm going to round it to 38. So you want to basically go to the next whole number. Now, if it's an even number, you're going to go up 2 numbers for your band. So that would put me into a 40. I'll write that down here. So if you're a 37, you would go up, what did I write? You would go up 1 inch. Oh, and there's my cat. Do you want me to measure too? Okay, he would be wearing a, come on, move out of the way. Okay, so if you have an odd number, so if it was 37, you could just go up 1 inch to the 38. But that actually depends on your elastic. So that's your base size. If you're using a very stretchy elastic, like this one, if you were to pin it, and I'm just going to mark it with my, can you hold this up, honey? Hold it up like this. Okay, hold it straight. Should I get whacked in the face? Okay, so I'm going to hold it here and here. So here's my 5 inches, and I'm going to stretch as much as I can. And this actually stretches, let me see, this one stretches to about 10 inches. So if yours stretches that much, I mean, yes, I can pull it even harder, but I don't want to. You want to pull it to where it's tight, you know, you've got a comfortable stretch. And it's pretty tight where I did that. So this one, if you're using this elastic, you want to use my grade chart. If you're using an elastic that's a little bit firmer, like this strap elastic, put it back up. Okay, I'm going to look and mark with my fingers where 5 inches are, and I'm going to pull it. And if you look, this one actually only goes to about 7 to 7.5. This one, if you're using a much tighter elastic, you want to go up 1 band size, because basically my elastic is for a comfort level around the under bust. So if you're working with something this firm, it could be too tight on you if you're actually going with my add 2 or add 1. So if you're using a firmer elastic, you want to go up an extra size. So if I was using this on my waistband, I would go up to the 42. But I'm using this one on my waistband, which is really nice and soft and comfy. It's actually plush on both sides. I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to go up to the 40. Now the second measurement, once you've determined which elastic you're going to use and which size, and my patterns are grouped with basically a 2 band size overlap. So it should give you a little bit of leeway, because there's 143 patterns altogether, and I basically have about 6 or 7 sizes per one. So I'm measuring across the fullest bust, and you should do this when you're actually wearing a proper bra. And here I am actually measuring at 49. So that would be 9 inches. So for each inch, you're going to make that a cup size. So we have A, B, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So I'm going to be 40I. So it may not be the same as anyone else. My patterns are based on measurements. So this is kind of where we're starting. You're going to need, probably depending on your size, if you're on a smaller range, you're going to easily be able to get by with half a yard or less. If you're one of the larger sizes, you might need up to about 3/4 of a yard. I'm suggesting to double layer it. You basically would have like you can use like spandex or like an athletic jersey. An athletic jersey, I mean, it's something, so this is like a spandex. And this is, you can use for swim. You can also use this for athletic, but for me, this stretch was a little bit too much for me. Actually, I'm wearing one right now, and it's just a little bit too stretchy. So there's an ideal one that I actually am going to source this weekend that I don't actually have on hand. I'm completely out of stock on it. But it's a little bit firmer and it's better for the outside. The inside you can use for lining. You can use, if you want, you can use like a bamboo spandex, something that will actually absorb the moisture, or you can use like power mesh. So this could even be used for a bathing suit. So you could use this with the power mesh on the lining. If you're on the larger side and you need the extra support, you're basically, if you're going to cut this across on this grain, you're going to cut the lining out on the opposite grain. So if you only have this, you can do this for the inside and the outside, but because it's spandex, it can get a little bit hot and sweaty. So it's really up to you. A firmer for the larger chested will hold you a little bit better than the spandex. This is great for basically an F cup or smaller. Anything over an F cup, you might be a little bit uncomfortable and might be bouncy. So, but test it, and there you go. Thank you. Sit upright, honey. Hi, I'm Emily, and this is my assistant. Just so that Emily.